Today, I want to talk about eHealth and trust. But at first, I'd like to show you some breaking news. Medical apps conquer care. This was the headline of my local newspaper. I was happy with that mainstream media pays attention to this. And it was not about a new breaking out of a new war or new crisis. It was about the power of smartphone apps in the medical domain. Good news, I think. But as always, there's more. And smartphone apps, medical apps, are part of a much broader development called eHealth. eHealth, you can think of electronic health, like electronic mail. That's not quite the best description of it. I think it's all about, eHealth is all about every healthcare service delivery which is made independent of time or place by the use of information technology. For instance, you could do it everywhere, get your information, be treated on a distance, for instance, at home, on vacation, in a train, at work. Also, you can do it at the time it suits best for you. In the clinic, in a specialized health kiosk, or in an elderly home. You can say from, is healthcare a nice to have? It's an addition to healthcare, or is it a must have? Is it necessary? And I think that's indeed needed. We need more and new solutions to face the problems with healthcare in our country. As you can see on the left, the healthcare costs are rising. And as you know, in The Hague, a lot of measures were taken. But year after year, and you can see 12 years, healthcare costs are rising. And the new measures which will be taken are not concerning the reduce of costs, but the shift of costs. So I think we need solutions for that. And without change, it's to be expected that in the year 2020, we have to pay a quarter of our income, my income, your income, to our health cost. We have to spend 25% for that. There's another problem due to our demographic situation. We have to face an aging. People become older in the Netherlands, so there will become more demand for care. And also another problem, it's unbelievable with the unemployment at this time, but there will be less people to deliver care. So as a society, we have to face these problems and keep our health system accessible and affordable for everyone. And how can we do that? I think eHealth could be that solution. Not to shift costs more, but to reduce costs. And when thinking about that, it's on paper very easy, but I come to that. The reduce of costs is very simple. Patients have to do more by themselves. You, me, we have to do more by themselves, and that could be reducing the costs in the healthcare system. And in the past, there were more moments where that has happened. In the Industrial Revolution, for instance, there was a shift from manual labor to steam-powered machines in factories. And the digital revolution is where we're talking about. So more production, less costs by the use of tools, you can say. And for healthcare, eHealth could be such a tool. That has to do the trick, because that has to be an appropriate tool. And so not only technology, but that tool has to be designed and developed for self-management, that you can do indeed something by yourself. Now, that was the theory. Let's see some eHealth in action. I will show you something about a remote exercise application, and start with the patient. She is, in this case, a female chronic pain patient in the rehabilitation sector. She is exercising at home, as you can see. She's using a web application where she can find what to do, which exercises, instruction movies, how to do it, and she can also record her exercises by herself for evaluating by the therapists in the clinic. There they can manage the process, see the movies, see the attempts, and record, see the progress and give some feedback. For instance, online by a webcam, or also, like a coach, you can say, give instructions through offline messages. For instance, with compliments, that's always nice, of course, but also with advices to do some exercises a little bit better, kind of instructions. The benefits of such a system, I think they are clear. That there's a win-win situation for everyone in the whole process. The benefits could follow the decrease in treatment intensity at the clinic. In this example, it was, instead of 3 days a week, 2 visits to the clinic. That gives the patient more freedom in his or her social life. Maybe she's working, so it's also less absence. Interesting for the society and employers. And there is less travel, more freedom, and in the clinic, less personnel costs. Okay, I think that's a nice example, but we also have some lessons learned, and I think that eHealth is a solution, but could be better. Because in the same setup, a patient asks his therapist, do I really use that notebook computer every day? Windows, startup time, is it necessary to use it every day? And it was very astonishing to me that, for me, that the therapist said, oh, no, it's not necessary. I gave you some instructions on paper in the beginning, and that's okay. What we saw is that the intrinsic benefits of such development are not always recognized. Maybe the design was not so good, and it was not visible. Another patient said, and he did use the system very well, and asked his therapist, did you get my message? And what I told you, the system, with the system you could record an attempt about an exercise you did and send it to the clinic for evaluation. And in this case, he did, and because I had some trouble with an exercise, and asked his therapist some advice. And the therapist has to answer and has to admit that he didn't see it. And the reason for that was that the eHealth system wasn't connected to the hospital information system. So it is a solution, but it has to work well and has to work interconnected. There was time scheduled to respond for such messages, but that was scheduled at the end of the week. The last one was also very interesting. a patient which was asked during the intake to participate to a lower back pain program. Said, okay, I only will participate when that is not traceable on the internet. She had something heard from all kinds of hacks. And she said the reason for her was that future employers could not find any trace of that she in the past participated such a program. So, and I think in healthcare, new security concepts are needed to handle these kind of situations. I think all those issues we found have something to do with trust. eHealth, a matter of trust. eHealth could be better, and I think we have to focus on that trust. And before we also asked our patients what they think of that, and before I will show you something of that, a little game for you. Maybe we can use the facial recognition system and technology from you. We were thinking what influence trust, the trust in the system, the trust in what you see on the screen, because in eHealth you have to give your health in the hands of your computer, your smartphone. And how does that work? I have some slides for you. On the left you see a valuable, in this case your health. And when you have to pick one, which one do you choose as one of the eHealth system? And let's see another valuable. The flag stands for our society. Which hands do you trust it most to preserve it at best or get the most out of it? I don't know. And the last one, your money. Who do you trust to give your money to? Two persons. Maybe interesting to use the face recognition. Who is the most trustworthy with your money or with your health? We did a survey on this topic from how patients judge about eHealth and the trust factor, and they gave us 3 important factors that it's for them still important to know who is behind the eHealth system. The other one is patients become even more assertive than in earlier days, and we are happy with that. But that means that patients want to have a certain level of control, and that's in eHealth even more. And they want, you can say, to sit in the driver's seat and help decide in what to do next or where to go. And the last one is also important, that for eHealth it is technology and health is something else. And they gave us the idea that it is very important that eHealth is built on an established care or therapy relation. So they, from that they get will be strengthened, and they are, they have the idea that together with in that relation they will can reach the agreed goals. Overall you can say that it is important to build eHealth not on its own, but build it on in connection with traditional care institutions in a way powered by, you can think of. Okay, eHealth could be a solution, but I think it could be better. And better in a way based on a trust-driven design. Let's look back to the issues we found earlier. The benefits are not always recognized. That could be solved by using real self-management as the leading design principle. The patients should, and also professionals, have to want to use it. And it's not more technology, but the trust factor is important. Interoperability can be improved by using the functional integration as a leading implementation principle. It's not just technology, I would say. And the security can be enhanced by health data objects with digital rights management. That, I think, a security concept like eHealth itself. The security is based on, is individual, based on objects, independent of time or place. Dus not security behind high fences and at certain places, but in an open infrastructure. So, I think, and said it before, eHealth could be a solution for the problems of our society, in health especially, but only that has to be refreshed, and that's a matter of trust, I think. So not only a technology issue, and a colleague of mine warned me whenever I exaggerating on the technical part, and at times she said to me, never forget the patient. Don't forget whom we are working for. So as a more general advice, and I will conclude my talk with an advice and say, refreshing our information society, but don't forget the human touch. Thank you.